Hi, I am Syeda Tamanna Sheme, and I will walk you through our Sprint 1 retrospective for the project titled Voice-Enabled AI Chatbot with Context Awareness in LMS, developed for our client Employability.live. Team details. Our team consists of 4 members, and each member has his unique roles and responsibilities. Team component. Our project aims to build a voice-enabled AI chatbot that integrates with a LMS platform called Model. It uses NLP to handle the smart queries and offers both a voice and text interaction for enhanced accessibility. Sprint 1. Sprint 1 duration spanned for 3 weeks from week 3 to week 6. Team member and time worked. Each team member contributed significantly during Sprint 1. I personally worked around 32 hours focusing on the front-end design and implementation. Sprint 1 user stories. Our Sprint 1 backlog included user stories related to chatbot interface creation, voice tool integration, LMS layout setup, and documentation. We ensured that each user story has their own well-defined and mentioned through the complementation status. Evidence of Sprint 1. Here you can see that a screenshot showcasing our accomplishment and UI implementations and our progress for Sprint nodes and Confluence. In this picture, you can see that we have done the wireframe UI design and also updated the Jira board and in the Confluence space as well. Project burn down chart. Our burn down chart displays how we maintained our steady pace throughout all the sprint. Despite a few minor delays, we completed all planned tasks by the end of the sprint 1. Project schedule. We have divided our project into 3 sprints. Sprint 1 was mainly focused on design and setup. Here you can see that we used the project Libra for the Gantt chart. Sprint 1 retro board. Our retrospective board highlighted things that worked well like task clarity and communication, and areas for improvement such as earlier backend cooperation, and the reflection will guide our next sprint as well. Changes to be carried onto the sprint 2. For Sprint 2, we plan to enhance mobile responsiveness, implementation of NLP fallback mechanisms, and ensure earlier alignment with the backend APIs and to avoid integration delays. Individual component. So I am a front-end developer in this project. Now I will focus on my part. So I am going to answer all the questions broadly. What did I accomplish in the past sprint? So this is basically our first sprint, and sprint 1 I started with designing Figma wireframes for the login and main chat interface. Then I developed to the actual UI design using HTML, CSS and Bootstrap to match the design. I also implemented voice toggle button that allows switching between the voice and text inputs. How did I apply the Scrum specific knowledge into my project? So for this, I can share that as a software engineering student with a focus on front-end development, I applied my knowledge of UI and UX principles, wireframing, and responsive design. I also used agile project tracking tools like Jira and Confluence. What did I learn from Sprint 1? So this sprint basically taught me how to work in an agile environment beyond beyond theory. I learned how to convert statistic wireframes to the dynamic responsive UI components and how crucial early feedback is during interface development. What could have gone better in this sprint? So on challenges we faced was a delay in a backend API structure which affected our implementation of some UI features. If we had received the API documentation earlier, we could have been easier to test the voice to Google integration fully. Client and supervision feedback on Sprint 1. Our supervisor approved all the Sprint 1 deliverables and praised our structured approach. The client Neeraj Singh was also pleased with our UI progress and overall development. He also provided us the Moodle API and encouraged us to maintain the monument. Conclusion. So in conclusion, Sprint 1 helped us establish our workflow and align our vision with the project goals. With both client and supervisor support, we are fully prepared to move into the Sprint 2. So thank you for listening. I appreciate your time and happy to take any questions. Thank you.